Welcome to the deep dive. Today we're looking into something that's, well, happening all around us all the time.
Yeah.
This idea of digital exhaust.
Right. It sounds a bit technical, maybe, but it's really quite simple.
Yeah, think about it. Every chat you have, every photo you share, even where you walk with your phone in your pocket.
It all leaves a trace, a digital breadcrumb.
Exactly. And it's not just a footprint anymore. It's building, kind of passively, this massive machine-readable life log, a record of, well, everything, whether we're paying attention or not. So our main source today is titled From Watching to Knowing, the New Era of Observational Intelligence. And our mission, really, is to understand how all this continuous logging, combined with AI, is shifting gears.
Shifting from just collecting data.
Right, past simple capture towards actual autonomy and, optimization, whether that's fine-tuning a giant supply chain or maybe even helping you optimize your own day-to-day.
And the key thing, I think, is that this isn't some far-off future concept. It's emergent. It's happening right now.
The technology is already here.
Pretty much. AI is now genuinely skilled at making sense of these huge, messy logs. It can understand video, it can transcribe speech accurately, summarize hours of conversation
Automatically,
and connect dots we'd never see manually. So turning those raw digital traces into useful knowledge, that capability, it's fundamentally here.
Okay, let's start with the sheer scale of this recording. The sources talk about an age of autobiographical memory, like a digital version of our own memory.
That's a good way to put it.
So in our work lives first, meeting transcriptions, recordings, that's pretty standard now, isn't it?
Oh, absolutely. Standard practice.
And those detailed chats, the ones that used to just sort of vanish.
Yeah, ephemeral. Gone as soon as the meeting ended.
Now they're persistent. They're captured, summarized, analyzed by LLMs.
Making our collective work memory searchable, machine readable, that's a huge shift in how organizations hold on to knowledge.
And, well, that same tech naturally spills over into our personal lives, often without us actively doing much, right, just through convenience.
Exactly. Your phone, your watch, maybe a smart ring, fitness trackers, smart speakers.
They're all just constantly logging health stuff, location, exercise, how we communicate.
Relentlessly.
Yeah.
We're generating this incredibly detailed, continuous life log. Every choice, every habit.
So what's the big implication here?
Well, the profound thing is, we're essentially building an external digital version of ourselves.
A digital self.
It sees what we do, hears what we say, learns from every layer of our life. The main bottleneck left is just processing all that data.
And that bottleneck is shrinking fast.
Dissolving rapidly, yeah. So it really feels like only a matter of time before these trillions of data points shift from just being a historical record
to actually feeding insights back to us.
Real-time, personalized, genuinely useful insights. For you or for an organization, we're literally constructing an external, intelligent, autobiographical memory.
Okay, so if continuous logging is building this autobiographical memory for individuals, let's look at what happens when you apply that same kind of deep, nonstop observation to the physical world.
Like shops, warehouses, factories.
Exactly. The core idea enabling this is the sensor fusion-based digital twin.
Sensor fusion sounds complex.
It means creating a virtual, living mirror of a real place. Not just a static 3D map, but something dynamic, predictive.
Built how?
By combining computer vision cameras watching activity with IoT sensors measuring temperature, humidity, whatever, and then deep AI analytics pulling it all together.
And the fusion part is key, right? Blending all those different streams.
Totally. It's mixing the video of shoppers moving around with, say, temperature logs, RFID tags, tracking inventory, data from the staff's devices, all mashed together.
Got it. And this is where the sources suggest things get really compelling, because it's not just about watching anymore.
It's moving towards autonomy.
Exactly. These advanced digital twin systems, they don't just describe what happened or what's happening now. They use predicting models to guess what's likely to happen next.
Then.
And increasingly, they decide how to respond based on those predictions.
Okay, hold on. If the system predicts, say, a product running low on a shelf,
Right.
and then decides to trigger a restock or change the price automatically, doesn't that cut humans out of the loop? Where's the accountability if the optimization becomes autonomous?
That's a really important question. And it forces us to define what autonomy means here. It's maybe not about replacing high-level human strategy.
Or about operational speed.
More about eliminating the delay in routine operational decisions. So the system sees low foot traffic, high temperature, predicts fewer sales, and automatically adjusts the air conditioning and maybe pings out an optimized stacking schedule.
Ah, okay, so the human associate is still there, but they're being guided.
Guided in real time, executing the decision the system calculated as optimal in that instant. It creates these, well, living environments where the gap between seeing something and acting on it basically disappears.
That feels like a fundamental change in how process optimization works.
It is a tectonic shift, as you said.
Because traditionally, finding bottlenecks was slow, painful, qualitative work, consultants mapping things out, teams shadowing people, endless interviews.
Just trying to figure out the gap between the official process and what actually happens on the ground.
Yeah. But this automated method, this observational intelligence, it kind of solves that instantly.
In theory, yes. It uses computer vision, sensors, smart agents to track every workflow, constantly check compliance, and immediately spot friction or delays.
Like an optimization engine running 24/7.
Precisely. Which brings us to the engine itself, the agentic feedback loop.
Okay.
Continuous observation feeds these intelligent models, and the models aren't just passively spotting problems, they're actively looking for deviations from the best possible path.
And when they find one,
A delay, maybe?
it flags the anomaly and makes specific context-aware recommendations for how to fix it or optimize.
Give me an analogy.
Okay, think of like a smart GPS in a city. It doesn't just show your location, that's observation. It knows your destination, the optimization goal. It spots a traffic jam ahead in the anomaly and instantly suggests a better route.
Exactly. A faster route, based on real-time conditions, which you can then choose to take.
And those contextual signals you mentioned are crucial, right? It's not just the camera seeing a long queue.
No, it's correlating that visual data with other things, like current stock levels or the weather forecast impacting deliveries, maybe even internal messages about staff absences.
That dynamic ability, is that why the sources bring up observability from software engineering?
Exactly that. Observability in software came from using logs, metrics, traces to understand not just if something broke, but why.
Right. Not just knowing the server's down, but being able to dig in and find the exact line of code or the specific bad transaction that caused it.
Perfect distinction.
Yeah.
So applying that idea to a factory floor or a shop, that's physical observability.
Meaning the system doesn't just see a bottleneck.
It can query all its fused data logs to understand the precise chain of events that led to it. Was it a specific machine setting? A particular worker's action? A problem with raw materials?
It helps you understand why it's happening.
And, crucially, what to do about it.
Are there companies building tools specifically for this?
Yeah, we're seeing specialized intelligence layers emerge. You've got startups like Dynamo AI, focusing on that deep transparency and real-time feedback for really complex places. Think huge container ports or big construction sites.
Okay.
And others like Lasso are working specifically on bridging that gap between digital signals and physical actions, taking data from sensors on the edge and turning it into, actionable insights about processes,
Turning messy real-world data into something structured.
into process-level truth, essentially.
So if sensor fusion and digital twins are optimizing the physical world, the next logical jump is back to us, the individuals, the rise of the personal AI agent.
Makes sense.
Our own continuous digital memory, all those emails, chats, documents, voice notes, is becoming incredibly rich data.
Data about how we think, how we write, how we make decisions.
Exactly. And this wealth of data lets AI act as more than just an assistant. It becomes like a personal reflection layer.
And that's where you get into hyper-personalization. Augmentation.
Augmentation how?
Well, these agents learn your specific context, your writing style, your communication quirks, even your biases. The goal isn't to replace you. It's to use your own data footprint to help you communicate better, create faster, collaborate more smoothly.
Maximize digital continuity.
That's the term, yeah. Think about what personal AI is pioneering. Building an agent based entirely on your content, your conversations, your writing.
So it learns your voice.
It learns your voice, your context, your way of expressing ideas. So it can create an AI that genuinely drafts, summarizes, even reasons in your style.
Kind of mind-bending, an intelligent extension of your own mind, basically. Drafting an email, summarizing a report.
Handling routine conversations in a way that sounds just like you.
Okay, so continuous logging here gets reframed. It's not just potential surveillance.
It becomes a tool, a powerful, customized tool for maybe radical self-improvement.
A dynamic mirror reflecting our own thoughts and processes back at us.
helping us live, work, and think better by offloading some of the cognitive burden to our own personalized digital twin, if you like.
Which brings us inevitably to the tension here, the double-edged sword of all this continuous logging.
There's always a catch, right?
It seems like it. Whether it's tracking on a factory floor for efficiency or logging our personal emails for self-augmentation, the underlying principle is the same.
Continuous observation enables transformation.
Right. But the same systems that promise incredible improvements also raise some really deep questions about our lives and work.
We definitely need to think critically about this pervasive memory being created. The core tension revolves around privacy, sure, but also autonomy and agency.
Meaning?
Well, when every action, every word, every decision is logged and instantly used for optimization, whether by your company or your own personal AI, we have to ask who gets to define optimal.
Who defines the optimal self or the optimal workflow?
Exactly. Who controls that definition? And who really benefits from these incredibly powerful predictive insights? If an AI speaks in your voice, drawing on optimized data, are you still fully the author of your thoughts?
That's a heavy question.
The goal has to be turning all this data into actual wisdom and doing it in ways that maintain trust, keep the context clear, and preserve, our human ability to make intentional choices.
That feels like the crucial takeaway.
Yeah.
We've looked at these two huge transformations driven by observational intelligence, autonomous optimization in the physical world with these predictive digital twins.
And this radical self-augmentation in our personal lives via hyper-contextual AI agents acting almost like extensions of our minds.
Yeah.
But if our personal AI agents do speak in our voice with our context, helping us live and think better, it leaves us with a really important final thought. When AI gives us perfect memory, perfect reflection, helping us optimize every little behavior, how do we make sure we keep the very human ability to intentionally forget? The capacity to move on from mistakes, to change and evolve outside of some perfectly optimized, predictable loop. What's the human role supposed to be when optimization itself becomes autonomous? That's the profound question we need to wrestle with as these life logs just keep growing.